Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
So this was an idea from somebody a while back, and so far back it was when Auction Professor actually appeared on the show, and it got me thinking. They commented, "Love the bolos." Well, thank you. Wednesday's chat with Auction Professor was great, and when you talked about starting to sell on eBay, I couldn't help but think about sourcing when you're starting. There probably are not a lot of videos on that. Well, it's funny you say that because Auction Professor actually did do a video this last week, and you may not have seen it, Mr. Magazine, but he commented in there that the biggest resellers do not source at these two places, garage sales and thrifts, was what he had said, that the biggest do not. So, and it kind of got me thinking that...
Did he give a reason?
Basically, it's too tough to continually get product.
I was going to say success rate,
Yeah, that's the other part too. You drive around to garage sales and you never know what you might find.
I put in the category with storage units, to be honest with you, because how many gold mines are you going to get? You got to look through hundreds and hundreds, and then out of those hundreds, you have to be the high bidder on some of them, and you're not always going to be high. If you're the high bidder, they're not all going to be gold mines. So I believe in that as well.
Yep.
Exactly.
I guess my argument for shopping at garage sales, which I've done, one in the last 3 years, would be if you enjoy doing it and you make like a family trip out of it type deal.
You've had a bunch near your house, so if you're driving by it, it's just
literally I go to one a year because it's across the street.
Yeah, if there's one 40 minutes away,
I'm not going.
It may not be worth it. Yeah.
Unless it's one of those deals that, oh hey, this town an hour down the road is having garage sale week in the entire town, right, and that's got a great restaurant we enjoy going to, and we go up by the beach. Okay, that's a different story because then you work it out that way. But it got me thinking over there. Where would you
freezy pop?
Exactly.
No.
I guess that's all you have to ask. Yeah. And we froze again.
Pop?
Where would you suggest to somebody starting out?
Well, we started out in auctions, which I thought was great, and they were plentiful. Every week there was auctions, and we had good success rates there, and we didn't rip ourselves off, it was a learning thing too.
Right, it was a huge learning curve, yep.
After a while, the bigger we grew, then you know what not to buy, and then between auctions vanishing and then us being smarter and buying less, we kind of got out of that. But, if you're in an area in Florida, Texas, California, sometimes there might be auctions every week near you, So I would say try that one first, Then you get talking about estate sales.
Well, and I would like to step in on that for a moment. In-person auctions, I think, are better than online auctions because A, you're only going against the people that are in the room with you if you can still find an old school auction house that only does that.
Yeah.
B, you actually can see the stuff in front of you and hold it. And C, it's also a great place to make contacts because if you are at a local auction and you are always bidding on the books, the other dealers, whatever they're dealing, whether it's toys, whether it's whatever, probably have some books they're looking to get rid of.
Sure.
So they'll be like, hey, you're the guy that deals in. Give me a call. Or hey, you had a card. Yeah. So definitely do make a business card. And it's a great first place to sit there and expand out. Now, years ago, I never did estate sales. Now I do estate sales regularly, and I find those to be pretty good places. The biggest thing I would do with the estate sales is I would learn the sellers. There are certain estate sale sellers that have high prices. There are certain that just want the stuff gone at the end of the last day. And once you learn what the seller wants, then you can source based off of what they want. If they want the stuff just gone, then you show up early on the second day and you say, hey, you got a whole bunch of blank out in the garage. What do you need for all of it? And that's a great way to pick up a lot of inventory because this estate sale seller just wants the stuff all gone, and he'll give you a really, really good deal on it. There's at least one locally that I know I can get good deals on if they do have good stuff just for that reason alone. And as far as variety and cheapness of price goes, I would say library sales, and I just did a search today because with retirement looming, I'm going to definitely have time to go to more library sales. I can't speak for whatever county you live in, but the county that I live in, if you do a search, the county itself, the county library system, actually runs a website that lists all the library sales, which will be very, very helpful. And I found a couple that I was unaware of, so I'll be able to go to those. And church sales are the absolute best place, I think, because you can go outside your comfort zone and they just want the stuff gone. It's all going to, fund whatever it is, whether it's the overseas missions, whether it's, I don't know, the new roof fund, whatever it happens to be, it's going to a good cause to start with, and they just want the stuff gone.
They're probably praying for you to take it away.
Hey, I see what you did there. But it would be a great opportunity. You're there in the middle of the second day, and you're like, geez, you got a lot of records. What if I took them all? And it's a great way. And maybe 90% of those records are junk, the Mitch Miller and all that kind of stuff. But there's going to be a few of them in there that you just never knew. And that's kind of the whole theory of how we made money at auctions as well, is you buy what you know and you pick up a few things that you don't in the lot. Well, it's kind of the same way there. And the final one I would definitely suggest are flea markets, without a doubt. Flea markets and antique shows. I think antique shows scare newer people because they don't know what they're doing generally.
Yeah.
And so you go there to the old book dealer and he's got $100 each on the books and all that. I may not treat a sale like that as being a sourcing opportunity, but I might treat it as being a learning opportunity, where you go there and you look around and you see what is out there. So that way, when you see those items in the wild at some point, you say, hey, I remember that kind of book was good. And if the guy's, the kind of person that's willing to talk and teach you, hey, sometimes you can pick up some advice off of him as well. And then when you see it yourself out in the wild, you can end up picking it up as well. So those are some of the areas that I would definitely suggest. Any other thoughts for you?
I honestly think you covered it.
No, well, thank you. I tried. All right, hopefully that did help you a little bit. Thank you for the support. Do hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.